What's up, everyone? So I just want to touch on a really quick opportunity I currently see with a coin that's on Binance, and that coin is Red Pulse Phoenix, PHX BTC. So I'll just take you over to CoinMarketCap for a sec. We can see currently that if we're looking at volume for PHX, past few days, we've had, in the millions. Before that, it was in the hundreds of thousands of dollars of volume, but obviously today was spiked up to $15 million in volume, USD, of course. So the reason I'm looking at this coin is if I zoom out to, and I'll get rid of these moving averages just for a sec, but if we zoom out to like the 4-hour chart at least, what I'm currently seeing is this ascending wedge pattern. Now, like I've talked about in previous videos, I don't rely on patterns at all. In fact, I do use them, but I don't buy just based off a pattern. And when I say that, most people see a pennant pattern like this, consider it quite bullish, and they'll buy as soon as there's like a tiny break above here. I use these patterns in terms of, I see this opportunity right here, but I will not buy and start stacking my buy orders until we get a clear break above previous resistances where we can see a full candle body close just here. I don't worry about wicks too much. So what I'm basically saying is that obviously this is a nice ascending pennant pattern, but I would not make an entry until we get like a clear break on the 4-hour and closure of a 4-hour candle to at least this 388 level. Now this represents, if I zoom out to a 4-hour chart, the reason I've had this upper resistance here is if I zoom back to previous points in the chart back from November last year, we've had a lot of clear touches here and rejection. So we've got a massive wick here to the upside, push straight back down. We've had a little nice close up here, but then again, broke straight back down. And I'd probably even raise this local zone to there. And then we've had, a lot of touches here, but can never really break it. So for the time being, I would only ever enter this position and start stacking my orders once we got a break above this red zone, resistance zone here. But either way, from, if you started stacking here and you took it all the way up, I'd probably take conservative positions and sort of sell as we went up. And I'd watch what structures are being formed on the way up, whether it's Elliott waves or watch those zones. But you can see it's a clear 16%. Now, I would personally take profits, all my profits at least, just below this resistance zone, and I would wait for another clear break above this zone here, because if we go back to previous resistance levels, like I spoke about before, we never really got a clear break above here. Now, once we got a break above this zone here, if we did, you could probably look to take profits if you made an entry around here, and then again, another clear close above that. Well, you can look to ride this up to here, but I don't think for now we'd get up to that. That'd be almost, what, 100% increase from where we currently are. So for now, this represents a nice opportunity. Whether it plays out or not doesn't bother me, because I obviously don't enter until I have that clear indication. Now, if we pull up the moving averages, you can see we're well above them. The 50 is acting as a nice support. Right now we had a clear bounce off here. I'm sure if we go to 1-hour charts, it would be a similar story. Okay, yeah. So either way, kind of just waiting, like I mentioned, for a break above here, and then you're looking at a nice 16% profit. So something that I've learned is to not always try and go in for, there's different types of traders. So you can go in for the scalp positions and the scalp plays, and that's perfectly fine, especially if you're playing on leverage. But for me, I just like to make a few trades, a handful of trades a week, but make sure they're higher sort of margin trades like this one. But see how it plays out, and that's just one opportunity of many that I'm looking at in the market currently. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, I'll drop a link below to a book that I wrote not too long ago, and it basically gives you everything you need to know to start in crypto and start to make profitable trades. It's super extensive, and if you're loving the value here, then it's tenfold more in the book. So I highly suggest you check it out.